Now I request our President-elect NAR India to address our queries, our brief about what benefits we have from NAR India.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thanks.
And it's been a real privilege. From Tamil Nadu, we have somebody who has been elected as NAR India, the young and dynamic leader. Is going to be our future leader next year.
Thanks. எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். Good evening. Thanks, JP. And I heartily thank Nazir Anna, Ram, Prabhu. I'm seeing APCC grow. You know, I've witnessed APPCC about 3 years back when I was the South Zone head. I traveled and we met in that club. So from then to 75 members is a good thing. It's a very, very good thing. You've grown organically. You've connected to people. See, one thing which is very, very important that we believe in NAR India is connecting to people, and I think you've done that extremely well. So congratulations on that. Great networking. So I'll straight away get into what I thought we should discuss. So from taking a cue from what JP was talking about, see, Maharashtra RERA is looked up as the Bible in entire India. ஏன்னா மொத்தம் இந்தியாவில் இருக்கக்கூடிய தரகர்களில் அதிகபட்சமான registration of brokers has happened in Maharashtra. About 30,000 brokers have registered themselves in Maharashtra. And you know where we stand? We're about 1,500 brokers. So look at the difference we have. And one good thing that has happened to NAR India in the last 1 year after so much of lobbying with the Maharashtra government is now very, very serious that they're saying every real estate broker should take up an exam. And NAR India, we have an institute that we acquired very recently called the India Institute of Real Estate, which is IIRE. This institute, along with NAR India, has joined hands in training the brokers in Maharashtra. So we have been empaneled as one of the agents to train brokers in Maharashtra. I'm telling you, this is very, very short span that we got this done. So I think the training will start in Maharashtra in about a week's time or so. We have time till May 1st because by then the 5-year term for all the Maharashtra agents end. We will start doing the same thing here in Tamil Nadu. We will start emancipating the same law. We are already in discussion with Mr. Shivakumar IPS on this. So we want to do the same thing. If you have to do real estate, you have to write an exam that is conducted by NAR India, then thereby become a certified member to do real estate, then take it forward, then take forward the profession. So that's something that I wanted to add on. Yes, sir, that's called REMET. So you must have taken REMET. Now this is a entrance test the government is forcing to do. So that's something that I wanted to take on a cue after discussing. And we are also part of the RERA Council. Our RERA chairman, Mahesh Somani, is actually a very sought after gentleman in most of the states. Because Mahesh, for him, RERA is like, it's like Coca-Cola for him. He breathes, sleeps, drinks RERA. So Mahesh is a very, very avid worker in terms of RERA. So I think next time you should.
He has offered to come to Chennai. So
Fantastic.
I have already welcomed him.
So
we'll have a session.
So that is one thing. And firstly, congratulations to the APPCC team for being selected as the best zone in South. Congratulations. That is another thing I want to place on record. And a special mention to your APPCC news edition that comes out, to Mr. Nagaraj. It's a great job. See, it's very difficult to actually continue doing a newsletter. You know it better. You're in the print business. You were in the business. But to take forward an industry that is not recognized, that does not have the status of an industry, and then keep continuing to thrive what you are passionate about is very, very good. So we decided this year that we will collaborate with you, and we have decided that Ram will be the chairman for newsletter publications in India. And Ram will work closely with Nagaraj sir to do this, and we will have a newsletter that we will slowly roll out. So these are things I want to speak about NAR India to you, what has happened in the last few months. The other thing I wanted to tell you is there's something that I want to discuss. So Samir Arora, our president this year, speaks about respect to the realtor, respect to the profession, respect to reality. நம்ம எல்லாத்துக்குமே real estate இருக்கக்கூடிய most of us actually lack a lot of self-worth because we are actually very qualmed about saying I'm in the business of real estate. Nobody goes back and says I'm a realtor. they say, ஆமாங்க நான் ரியல் எஸ்டேட் பண்ணுறேங்க பட் கொஞ்சம் இல்லை சைட் பார்ட் டைம் அந்த மாதிரி you don't go open and say I do real estate. So we decided this year the title that NAR India is going to carry is respect. We want to bring respect to the profession. So how are you going to do that? This is something that we want to do. I'll tell you a small thing. Intelligence is very, very important, but I believe the direction of intelligence is even more important than that. I'll tell you what's a subtle difference between intelligence and direction of intelligence. Until 1952, nobody could run a mile in less than 4 minutes. ஒரு மைலை 4 நிமிஷத்துக்குள்ளே யாருனாலையும் கவர் பண்ண முடியாது. பயிற்சி எடுத்தவங்களாம் என்ன பண்ணாங்கன்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா they would practice, exercise பண்ணுவான், legs, arms, all this was the exercises they had used to do. But in 1952, in the Helsinki Olympics, Dr. Roger Bannister, he ran a mile in less than 4 minutes. What he did was he did a lot of cardio exercise. For you to run really well, your heart has to be very, very good. Being a doctor, it enabled him to understand that, and he did that. Subsequently, about 160 people did that the next year. Today, I think most of us can run a mile in less than 4 minutes. See, so what is very, very important is not the intelligence, is the direction of intelligence. That has to change the society. And what we believe at NAR India is Sameer's thought process of respect. And the Suyamariyadha vande, you should take it to the next level. How do we do it? How many of you believe that your children have to be in the real estate business? Most of the auditors, if you see, they'll say, I'm an auditor, lawyer for sure. My dad is a lawyer. So I'm not a lawyer though, but I'm trying to learn. I'm in my second year of law. So most engineers would want to make their children engineers. Doctors would want to do that. Developers would want to carry on the legacy. But how many real estate agents actually put their children into the business of real estate? Most of them do it part-time after 60. Fantastic, sir. I salute you. Fantastic. See, this has to change. If this changes, the respect that the professional will get will change. Because see, without an intermediary, nothing happens. Everybody says, நீங்க என்னங்க அங்க லேண்ட் இருக்கு இங்க லேண்ட் இருக்குங்கறீங்க அவ்வளவுதான். So I believe in the economy, a real estate agent plays a very, very important role. If you don't identify a land, nobody can set up an industry. Then comes the legal action on it. Then comes the auditor's action on it, saying, hey, listen, I have so much money, where do I plow it? But all this, if you see, you look at it, there are 17 professions that are engaged based on the epicenter of a real estate broker. It's just that you don't go and speak it that way. See, for me, why I came into real estate, I'm about 16 years old in the industry, much younger than all of you, but I certainly believe that this is an industry that can actually open doors for most of us. இங்கே இருக்கக்கூடிய பெரிய பெரிய தொழிற்சாலைகளுக்கு அவங்க வருஷம் உற்பத்தியில் பண்ண பணத்தை விட இப்போ இருக்கக்கூடிய அவங்களோட ரியல் எஸ்டேட் வேல்யூ தான் அவங்களோட ப்ராஃபிட் ஆட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். இதை நம்ம ஒரு 30 வருஷம் முன்னாடி யாருமே யோசிச்சிருக்க மாட்டாங்க. நாட் 30 years before, not most of us would have thought of it. அன்னைக்கு ரியல் எஸ்டேட் புரோக்கர் என்ன பண்ணுவாருன்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா, ஒரு குடும்பத்தோட கேரக்டரை டிஃபைன் பண்ணுவார். சார், இந்த ஃபேமிலி எனக்கு நல்லா தெரியும், நல்ல ஃபேமிலி, அவருக்கு வேறு எந்த வித கெட்ட பழக்கம் இல்லை, கஷ்டப்பட்டு வாங்கின சொத்து சார், தாராளமாக வாங்குங்கன்னு சொல்லுவார். அதுக்கான வேல்யூக்கு தான் அவங்களுக்கு பணம் கொடுத்தாங்க. இன்னைக்கு இட்ஸ் வெரி டிஃப்ரெண்ட். You actually enable somebody to buy 5 crore worth property. How many of us can do it? You understand? Not everybody buys a 5 crore property every year, right? And somebody says, I'm only going to pay you 1%. I'm actually making you enable buy a property of 5 crores. So you should be paying me 3%. I must know some bit of law. I must know some bit of auditing. I must know some bit of documentation. I must know some bit of approval. இதெல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சாதான் என்னால் ஒரு ரியல் எஸ்டேட் புரோக்கராக இருக்க முடியும். With so much knowledge and today's era, information being wealth, if I'm not paid for the information that I carry, then that's a fault on our side. So we decided this year we will carry on with the title of respect. And all of you, I think by the next year, we will also come up with a small term. இப்போ engineer ER னு எழுதுறாங்க, doctor DR னு எழுதுறாங்க, auditors write CA. We want to bring RR, realtor. So write your name, say RR Prabhu, RR Nazir. Initial RR இருந்தா கஷ்டம், but otherwise it's a very easy thing. I think you can go ahead and write. We have to do that. We will start doing it. The other thing, when G Square, thanks for the sponsor, sir. So when G Square is doing the presentation, they said they've sold plots worth about 1,150 crores with 1,000 customers. So look at the average of a customer. We're discussing about, no, it's 1,000 plus customers. What you saw and what you heard was very different. And so there's always a perception in real estate. So this is about 1,000 customers at 1,150 crores. That's what they were talking about. If you see in the last year, the revenue jump in revenue jump in registration department, they say it's 12,700 crores. Last year was some 2,000 crores. This year is 12,700 crores. Multiply it by 11%. We're talking about somewhere close to 1,30,000 crores. What has APPCC contributed to it? Have you ever thought of it? See, with 75 members, we don't need to have 1,000 members or 500 members. 75 members, if you had contributed, say 1,000 crores of the business, we can walk to the government and say this is what we want. So I think you should start focusing on the value of business that all of you do. That is very, very important. Very, very important. So, உங்களுக்குள்ள எவ்வளோ business பண்றீங்களோ அதை வெளியே சொல்ல ஆரம்பிங்க. We don't do that. See, in Coimbatore, we are a very small association. We started very, very small. We actually branched out of Chennai. Last year, the business we did was some 700 crores between members. So, and in a city like Chennai that sprawls 50 kilometers from the city center, you go anywhere, you say it's Chennai. Earlier, when we used to say Chengalpet, now they say that is also Chennai. I don't know, slowly you'll reach Salem and say that is also Chennai. So, the fact of the matter is, so much expansion has happened. In spite of you having the sea on one side, you've grown so much. And 1,32,000 crores is pittance in the state. We have to contribute. We have to contribute. Look at value addition like that. And with Jayaprakash coming into the system, what you should do is, how many of you can actually offer business to him is very different. But there's one thing. The first part, nama pandradhu inga ellarum sendu business pandrom. But the second part of this is very, very important, the brokerage. How many of you are assured of the brokerage? So if there's any problem in your brokerage, we should engage Mr. Jayaprakash. That's there are two ways to look at it. He has a civil case to fight, right? You're giving him an opportunity to fight a civil case. And I'm sure being an advocate, he cannot do real estate. So that's something he cannot do because that's an oath that you take, right? So that's what I'm saying, sir. Use him to the best. See, today we use everybody. Don't misuse people. Use people. Don't misuse them. And when you have an opportunity like this, which your association is presenting, engage actively. Engage actively. Learn and then earn. That's something that you have to do. And so this is, I thought, G Square doing this, they're sponsoring your event. You should next time say APPCC will contribute this value of your business. And then say, நீங்க next project launch பண்றீங்களா? Project ஓட worth என்ன? 400 கோடி. 100 கோடி APPCC கொடுப்போம். 2%, 3% க்குலாம் work பண்ண மாட்டோம். 6%. You place it on table, we'll work. See, G Square will grow. See, today your ad says which cities are, correct? So Coimbatore city தான் வர போறீங்க. So that's what you're saying, which cities are. So see, Coimbatore is deprived of this recognition a long time back. Coimbatore was looked up like எப்படி பூனா வந்து மும்பைக்கோ அந்த மாதிரி கோயம்புத்தூர் சென்னைக்கு வரும்னு நினைச்சாங்க. Or I'm wrong. பாண்டிச்சேரி தான் சென்னைக்கு அந்த மாதிரி வந்திருக்கணும். Coimbatore was looked up to equivalent to Pune. We thought we'd be the Detroit of whatever. It didn't happen. We had bomb blasts. We had a subtle fall. But I think we're slowly picking it up. We're seeing a lot of IT activity happening, a lot of IT activity. That's why I'm seeing people like them come, establish themselves there. Sir, we are present across India. We are present in 63 cities. So, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Jammu Kashmir. We are starting an association in Jammu Kashmir. In May, we are starting an association in Jammu Kashmir. So, enga plot ponalu connect to APPCC, we are always there. So, that is something I wanted to tell you, sir. And this year, Samir Arora will be the president. 23-24, I would be your president, and I would love to work with all of you. Thank you very much for the opportunity. If there's any question that you want to ask about NAR India, what it has to do, we are always there to speak to you. Thank you very much. Thanks. Just want to ask, how many of you are RERA registered? I am the 11th RERA registered member in Tamil Nadu. I proudly say that, a lot of pride. My company is the 11th RERA registered. See, this is something that I can go tom-tom around town. How many of you can do that? That's why I'm saying, you say 2023 Nanda second registered member. 2022 Nanda 7th member. So out of 75, how many of them are there, sir? 10. See, a lot of difference. Anna 25% ங்கிறாரு, நீங்க 10 ங்கிறீங்க. So, so what I would say, by beginning of June, if we are today talking about, yeah, we're talking about what? 25,000 rupees for an individual, 50,000 for a company. Please go ahead and register, sir. It's very, very important. Adds value. When you print your visiting card, behind you say NAR India and say TN RERA member, they will definitely ask you, what is it? Please do that. It's a humble request. நம்மலாம் ஒரே பிஸ்னஸில் இருக்கோம். Maybe you are ahead of me in number, ahead of me in experience, but whatever little I know, I'm trying to tell you that actually brings in a lot of respect. Please do that. That's very, very important. Thank you, sir. Sir, note பண்ணிக்கோங்க. You have one member. So this other thing, perfect. So June we'll see. The question that you asked, Mahalingam sir, about one nation, one license, we have actually pitched it. We have taken the concept of the driving license. I used a lawyer's help. A young boy whom I know, who just got his number done or whatever. So we use the case of the driving license, the classic driving license or a IMA license. You don't go to every state and say, I'm a doctor. Correct? You don't have to go to every state and say, I am applying for license, because in Andhra, in India, it's always keep left, right? So it doesn't change when you go to a different state. I mean, it's a straight, it doesn't have double meaning. So the thing is, you don't have to go to a different state to take a different license. So we followed that. We've given the representation. So in Jammu and Kashmir, when we met the Honorable Secretary for Housing, MOHUA, the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, that time it was Mr. Durgashankar Mishra. He actually took it well. We were trying to get an appointment with Hardeep Singh Puri sir, but found it very difficult, but we met Dr. Jitendra Prasad. So he put us across to Mishra sir. He took it well, but unfortunately elections had come in UP. So he got reposted as Chief Secretary of Uttar Pradesh. I am actually Chairman Government Licensing for this year. I will also ensure that we will put it across to the government. But more biting than that is the 18% GST as brokers we have. That's the more biting point. So I thought we should give more importance, because அந்த வலி பயங்கரமாக இருக்கும். ஏன்னா 1 லட்ச ரூபா கமிஷன் கொடுக்கும்போது என்ன சொல்லுவான், சிவா ஜிஎஸ்டி இன்க்ளூட் பண்ணிடுமா, இல்லை கேஷில் வாங்குமா. ஸோ சார் அதை மட்டும் ரெக்கார்டில் கட் பண்ணிடுங்க. So that is very, very biting on us. So we are fighting on that. I don't know, we are fighting a big war. We are fighting a big war with less number of people. It is very difficult. Unless and until I go tell them that I'll bring so much of revenue to you, if you reduce it from 18 to 12%, I will ensure all my members are GST registered. Now I'm going to ask this question is, how many of you are GST registered? Almost all. Fabulous. Fabulous. So this is, I'm sure everybody must be fighting this 18% customer kita. It reduced, sir. We were actually, you know how much? We were much ahead of it. We were 16.3% or something. We brought it down to 9. So I think we should improve more. We should give more to the GDP. That's when we can go fight. So I'm saying that is very, very important. So we are treating both equally. Tarun, our immediate past president, worked on this idea of the one nation, one license. We are working on it. We will see how close we can get to it, but we'll give a fight. We don't want to die a war without saying we didn't fight. We will fight. That we will do. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.